Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Cole Obarts Entertainment, providing amusement, celebration, and distraction since 2013. To find out more, visit us on the web at www.coleobarts.com.
Back to Desertwood Days, and I am so excited to bring you today singer, songwriter, performer, all-around artist, Miss Lexxi Meshan.
Hello there.
Hi. Such a cutie pie. Great.
Thank
Good
you so
to
much for having me.
finally meet you.
Yes, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Lexxi, as I stated, you're singer, songwriter, performer, entrepreneur. You're doing it all out there.
Yes, thank you.
You're a young lady here in the Arizona industry, but you do a lot of traveling. I mean, where are you originally from, though?
So originally I was born in New York and raised in Atlanta, so super East Coast girl. You can hear it in my music. And then I moved out to Arizona, so it was the first time I was even on this side of the country, which I know is not technically the West, but I did then go to LA for a while and Vegas and just tried to hit all the cities I could to spread my name, and not just with music, but with my other like businesses and my stuff that I do. So
Okay. So what brought you to Arizona?
originally I came out here with my family, something that, my parents decided, and they actually have gone through their, whatever in life, and they went their way. So they're actually not here anymore. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I kind of stayed because I had already started developing the business.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And what got you into this industry?
So I have been a music fanatic lover since I was a little girl, since I was very, very little. And I don't know, I've always loved it. I always loved rushing home to come watch 106 in Park or whatever else.
Oh, she went way back.
Yeah. I mean, like way back. I've always loved it. Just everything about the music industry, just the industry in general. And I always felt like I had a slight talent because I was a girl who was like in choir and stuff in elementary school and like the plays where I'm like, so, and I really love stuff like that. And then when I got into middle school is when I realized, okay, it's going to be hip hop.
Okay.
Like it's going to be hip hop.
Okay. How do you describe your style of hip hop?
Very East Coast. Very East Coast. And then also, that's just like the vibe and the sound of it. Very East Coast, very old school boom bap kind of rap, but also lyrically, I try to be a lot more like have more substance in my content because I want to leave you with something. If you're going to listen to anything I do, I want to leave you with some type of a feeling of like more than just like, oh, that was cool, that was dope. No, like I want you to think of like a line later tonight when you're trying to sleep or something. Okay. Or if I do a song like the song I did Be Okay or Keep Going that just came out on Mother's Day. I just dropped the song on Mother's Day.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a great one. But it's not something you hear on the radio. It's not something you're going to hear in the club at all. It's something that you would play for your mom on Mother's Day. You know what I mean?
Okay,
so,
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, growing up, who inspired you the most?
Oh, man. So many people. So many people in the industry. Actually, when I was growing up, it was the majority of the industry at that time. It was one of those, like, what a time to be alive. Like, everybody was just talent was so put on like the pedestal of what you had to actually be talented, and then like followed by like work ethic and ambition. Those were like the three things that were important. I mean, I grew up when like Disney Channel was like really big, and if you were a Disney Channel star, you had to have the whole trifecta of singing, acting, and dancing. You could not just do one. So being from that generation and the generation of, like I said, hip hop, we had 106 in Park, Rap City, there's Freestyle Fridays, there's Wild Out Wednesdays. You can't come, like, you gotta really come with it, So that's kind of what raised me, and I'm already an ambitious person, and I already have a lot of drive, so it just fit. So I was inspired by like that, like the industry. You know what I mean?
Not one person in particular, it's the whole
just the whole idea
It's
of it.
It was the love of the industry.
Yeah, the love of the industry, the love of hip hop, and the love of
Right.
like knowing, like being a student of actual hip hop, knowing where hip hop came from, actually studying all five of the elements and stuff like that. I like, and also being from New York,
Mm.
you know, that helps. So, because hip hop was born in New York, so just the whole aspect of it all is
For
really
someone
what
that's
started.
looking in and they're probably wondering, when you say all five of the elements, explain that to them. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so there's different elements of hip hop. I'm not sure about today. When I speak about hip hop, I'm talking about hip hop. I'm not sure what's going on today,
And
but
just explain your version.
yeah, my
of it.
version. 5 elements of hip hop. So it's basically the different ways that the inner city communities used to express themselves back in the late 70s, early 80s, when they needed to get a message out to the world. So you can either do it by obviously rapping, freestyling, you know, stuff like that. Back in the day, there was a lot of break dancers and the whole B-boy, B-girl, that's a thing. So that's like a second one. Tagging, which is now, I know, illegal and supposed to be bad, was actually cultural. So it's like the graffiti and the spray paint. And it's like, it's not just vandalizing somebody's building. Like, are you looking at that art? Like, that's amazing. That's self-expression right there, you know? And then also like poetry, spoken word, or just, you know, that type of side of it. So there's different elements of actual hip hop, which is why I said
we're not promoting tagging. Don't go.
Yeah, no, please
don't go to folks' building tagging them now.
Don't. But if you want to learn how to do it in your own house, do it in your own house. But yeah, but it's just different elements of self-expression, and you know, like yeah, we're not promoting tagging at all. But in that time period when you had these kids on the street and there's you know there's cans of paint everywhere, and they're gonna learn how to do things. And it's just expressing. This is where I live. This is my hood. This is my life. This is my reality. I chose to do it over music. So I chose the element of rapping. I didn't choose breakdancing. I didn't choose DJing is actually another one.
Right.
But I didn't choose those. I was like, I have something to say, and I want to put the message out verbally than visually. But anyway, any element of hip hop that hip hop artist chooses is beautiful. I just know that these days, unfortunately, most hip hop artists, like locally and in mainstream, don't even know what the 5 elements are. They don't even know the real history of hip hop.
Right.
And you can hear it in their music today.
Right. So for someone that's passionate about hip hop, do you find it important to teach?
Yeah. That's a good question. Because yes, like I would love to teach. I would love to be like KRS-One is one of my favorite artists. And when he was younger, he was like rapping, putting out songs. Then he got older and he transitioned from being the artist to let me teach these younger ones coming out. Let me do these seminars, and he's just amazing. Like there's a couple of them like that. So I do want to do that.
Right.
However, the students have to be,
especially if you want to keep that history out there, that authentic history. Someone has to teach it.
Exactly. So the issue with that is the students have to be receptive.
Right.
Because if you are trying to like teach them where it came from or teach them the history, and they can care less about the history. And like there's like younger kids that will say that, like, I don't care where it came from. This is what we're doing today. So it's like I would love to if it was people like me that are like that. I want to know where this came from. I want to know like where it originated from. Like I'm interested in the actual foundation of it versus.
And you know what? You're gonna always have those kind of people that I want to do what I want to do, but you're starting from the point that was created over here, that history that you're teaching, and you're putting your own spin into it.
Right, exactly. And I think it's nothing wrong with doing what you want to do. And of course, if hip hop sounded the exact same today as it did in '73 when it was originated, I don't think we would be listening to it anymore.
Oh yeah, people still listening to it.
Well, I'm just saying, if it never changed, it never evolved. There was never any artist adding a little extra flavor, then another artist or generation of artists took from that. You know, if that never happened, the evolution of hip hop never happened, it wouldn't be what it is today. So I have nothing against the new people wanting to do new things and, you know, the auto tune and whatever. Fine. But what's going to make what you're doing today better is if you know where you came from.
That is true. That's true. So that's why I asked that question about teaching, because I see it being so important no matter what history it is of art. Because there's, like you said, you have all those 5 elements. So knowing the history of all of that is so important for everyone. Especially when you talk about sampling or there's so many issues around that topic. So keeping that history going is so important, and I
Yes.
love that you're so passionate about it.
Yes, I just want us to learn it all.
So with all that, the 5 elements, you chose the rapping. Do you dance also?
I actually don't anymore. I used to when I was in high school for like years. I was in like the dance, not team. What is it called? It was like the actual dance program at my school.
Oh,
So there was that. But then I like to step because I'm
Oh.
being from Atlanta also. So I was captain of the step team for like years, like years. Love that. And I'm also like a little bit more tomboyish, a little bit more aggressive.
Oh,
So
okay.
dancing is all like da 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 da, and step is like
Oh.
boom, boom. You know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
I love to step. But I don't do any of that anymore. I just do music. I don't. Yeah, no.
Okay, we
No.
got you, and we're gonna see a little bit of that, but we're gonna talk more with this young lady right after commercial break. Welcome back, and I'm here with the talented Lexxi Meshan.
Hey.
So, Lexi, we were talking about the 5 elements of hip hop, and I can just see the passion flowing off you. I mean, I love that. I love that, how energetic you are and how you really love this industry. And I strongly believe in teaching. I do. You have to teach the next generation.
Mhm.
So keep that in your thoughts and let them know.
Thank you. Yes, I do want to teach, and like I said, once you know your history, where you come from, feel free to add whatever you want because you can turn into something else and inspire an entire other generation. So,
Right.
that's
Well, you
very
know what?
important.
Because we have people that complain about, oh, they're doing it this way, or they don't know their history, or they don't do this. But have you even, I mean, I don't care if it's
Yeah.
just one person. Have you sat down and spoken with that person and say, this is the way it's done?
Right.
So you can complain all you want, but if you're not willing to teach others,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what can you say?
Then how do you expect them to learn if
Right.
nobody taught them? Like how
That
do you
is-
expect anybody to know anything if they've never been taught? So it's exactly there are those group of people, and I
Right.
feel like I like call them like the barbershop guys. It's like the
Mm.
older generation that was definitely here when it first got here,
Mhm.
and they have watched the evolution and the change, and they're
Right.
really not happy about it.
Right.
they're funny. But it's like I get you, I understand, but you got to teach them
That
because
is
if you
so
want to
true.
change, you got to teach them.
That is so true. So you spoke about having a message.
Mhm.
How would you describe your message?
So, okay, so my interesting because I don't think I have like one message. It's like I have a lot of different messages, and it's all just about like being a good person, be kind to yourself, heal yourself, and just kind of enjoy life and live to your fullest ability. Each song does have a different message. I have a song "Be Okay" that came out in January with the video, and that one was about mental health awareness, substance
Okay.
abuse awareness, and stuff
Okay.
like that. Alcohol awareness and stuff like that. That was a really good one. At the end of that song, the message was breaking the vices.
Okay.
To
Well, see, I love that because it's about life.
Mhm.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what you. I mean, we had a rapper on. I believe it was season 2. Our vegan rapper.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and I thought that was really cool. I
Yeah.
mean, that was what he's called, the vegan rapper.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
that's cool.
So you know what? We all have a message no matter what we're doing. Again,
Right.
like you said, those 5 elements, whether it's
Mhm.
being a talk show host or it's being a musician or filmmaker,
Mhm.
songwriter, we all have a message of some sort.
Mhm.
So I really love that he was like the vegan rapper.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Yes. And I mean, yeah, like you said, there's lanes for everybody. And then Keep Going is another song just about perseverance. I mean, it's called Keep Going. That one came out on Mother's Day because all of my songs are things that I've actually personally like experienced, been through, whether it was my
Okay.
life or a really close friend or family.
Okay.
So that one is just about like, yeah, we struggle through a lot of things, but keep going.
Okay. Well, I know you brought some media, and we're going to take a look at one of your videos, okay?
Oh man, just preference here real quick. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit older, but this is actually the song that put me, in my opinion, on the entire map in Arizona. When this came out during the pandemic,
Okay.
by the way, when it came out, that's when things really started to change for me.
Wonderful.
That was a couple years ago, but yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk more about that, how things changed for me right after this.
Okay.
To view the Lexxi Meshan video DGAF, follow the link in the description below.
Okay, now I love that. Honey, I saw a totally different girl up there.
Yes. The phases of being an artist.
Yes. So you said after this video, things changed for you here in Arizona. Tell us about that.
I feel like things changed for me any and everywhere. This song came out, this video came out, and actually, real quick, I just want to say, so I did shoot this, like I said, during the pandemic. We weren't supposed to be outside. It was actually in May, and I was going to put the song out in June in the video, and 3 years ago today, rest in peace, George Floyd. Yes, you do still matter. That was 3 years ago today. And yes, I was out there marching the next night. And yes, you still matter. But anyway, because that happened, along with a lot more hashtags around the same time, I was like, I'm not dropping nothing until we can figure this out as a country. And I literally took 2 months off for my musician life, and I became a full-blown activist. And I was out there every night and doing the whole thing. So then when everything started to calm down a little bit, now it's the beginning of July, I said, okay. So I put it out the first week of July, and things just went, like emails from people, hey, we want you on our show. Hey, you want to collab? Hey, this, hey, that. And I was like, whoa. I had an interview, a radio interview, which was a great one in White Plains, New York, which was like, White Plains, New York. So it was awesome. And then right after this, a month later, I put out another one, and it was a little bit more relationship-y one, but it was still really good. And that's when everybody was like solidified, like, okay, she's okay. You know.
Well, you know what? I love your energy. First off, but you know what? We have a lot of talent here in Arizona. I must say, we've interviewed so much talent here on Desertwood Days, but you know, there's still a lot of talent out there that's trying to be the next Lexxi or the next somebody. And they don't know how to get started. What advice would you give to that person?
If they're in Arizona, or if you're just
anywhere?
Okay, so my biggest advice to just anybody, and this is for artists, this is for anybody in the entertainment. I don't care if you want to be a YouTube influencer. I don't care. My best advice, start today. And whatever is in your own way, as far as mentally, like, oh, well, I want to do YouTube, but I don't have the right camera. I don't have a ring light. Or I want to do a music video, but I need a studio. Start. Just stop that and just start. Because the longer you do that, the more you're prolonging your success. And I promise you, when you start, it's not going to be good. You're probably going to be trash. So the sooner you start, the sooner you're going to get better and become more professional and get better and better. The more you're trying to almost make excuses for yourself and why you can't do it or why it won't work right now is why it's not working right now. So take it from somebody. The song that we just played.
Just do it.
The song we just played, I was having the worst time trying to find somebody a studio to go to at the time to record it.
Okay.
So I went and bought my own mic and interface and plugged up to my laptop, YouTubed how to do this, and I recorded the song. The version you're hearing, I did that in my bedroom.
Oh, wonderful.
So, and I'm not an engineer. I don't know how to, but I had a goal, and it wasn't really working with people's schedule and stuff, and I refused to let other people come against me and my goals. So I said, well, I guess I'm an engineer now.
Okay, well, do you have any new projects coming up?
Like I said, Keep Going just came out Mother's Day, so please make sure you guys stream that. I did just drop a freestyle today, so there's that for the ISIS. And I'm starting to slow down for the summer because I'm starting to work on my album that I'm trying to put out this winter.
Okay, and where can our audience find you?
Lexxi Meshan everywhere. It's LEXXI, 2 X's, MESHAN, and I mean you can Google it and everything will come up. But it's the same on everything. Streaming, social media. Message me, I'll message back. Follow me, I follow back. All that good stuff. But make sure please make sure you listen to "Be Okay," the mental health, substance abuse awareness song, and then "Keep Going" is again start today and keep going.
It was such a pleasure having you here, Miss Lexxi Meshan.
Thank you.
And we look forward to your new work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me. Beautiful everything.
You're
and thank
welcome.
you.
And thank you for joining us today here at Desertwood Days, and we'll catch you next time.